Good morning, students. My name is Prasad Raju. I am mathematics teacher from Oxford High School, Uppunduru. Today I would like to explain about real numbers, which is the first chapter in 9th class. So before going to start with real numbers, first of all we have to know some basic definitions. Real numbers. This is the first chapter in 9th class. So already in your previous classes you learned about natural numbers, whole numbers, integers. In 8th class you learned about rational numbers also. So first of all, briefly discuss about all these ones again. Natural numbers, what are natural numbers, what are whole numbers, what are integers, and what are rational numbers. In your 9th class again you learned about irrational numbers. Irrational numbers. So first of all, what are natural numbers? Already you know in previous classes, like in 6th and 7th classes only, you learned about natural numbers. What are the numbers in general we use for counting? Those numbers are called natural numbers. The set of natural numbers is denoted by n and it is defined as 1, 2, 3 and so on. These are natural numbers. When you are adding 0 to these natural numbers, you will get whole numbers. So whole numbers are 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. These are whole numbers. Next, integers. Integers means whole numbers along with negative numbers. What are negative numbers? Minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2 and so on. So whole numbers along with these negative numbers we will call as integers. It is denoted by either I or j. Next, rational numbers. These rational numbers we learned about these rational numbers in 8th class. What are rational numbers? Numbers which are in the form of p by q, where p comma q belongs to z and q not equal to 0. Numbers which are in the form of p by q, where p, q are integers and q not equal to 0 are called rational numbers. Coming to irrational numbers. Irrational numbers means numbers which are not in the form of p by q, where p and q are integers and q not equal to 0. That means what? Simply you can say numbers which are not rational numbers, those are called irrational numbers. In another way also you can say non-terminating, non-repeating decimals are irrational numbers. Already in 8th class we learned about rational numbers. How can we write decimal form of a rational number with actual division and without actual division? Next, how can we represent a rational number in number line? How can we represent a rational number in number line? How can we write p by q form of any decimal form? Suppose if they give decimal form of a rational number like this, for this how can you convert this into p by q form? In this way you can write this into p by q form. This also we learned in 8th class. Again, non-terminating, non-repeating decimals. In rational numbers we have two types of decimals. First one is terminating decimal. Second one is non-terminating repeating decimal. So first one is terminating decimal, second one is non-terminating repeating decimal. How can you represent terminating decimals in p by q form? How can you represent non-terminating repeating decimals in p by q form? These already you learned in 8th class. Now in this 9th class, exercise 1.1 is based on your previous knowledge. Previous knowledge means already what are the concepts we learned in 8th class, in first chapter, that is in rational numbers, what are the concepts you learn? Based on the concepts, you have exercise 1.1. In exercise 1.1 is completely based on rational numbers. What are rational numbers? What are the examples for rational numbers? How can you write decimal forms of a rational number? Again, how can you convert these decimal forms into PYQ form? How can you write terminating decimal into PYQ form? How can you write non-terminating repeating decimal into PYQ form? All these, again, how can you write, how can you say whether a rational number is terminating decimal or non-terminating decimal without actual division? That means by the denominator is in the form of 2 power m or 5 power n or 2 power m into 5 power n, we can say it is a terminating decimal, otherwise it is non-terminating repeating decimal. By using this condition also, how can you write whether a rational number is terminating decimal or non-terminating repeating decimal? Next step. Exercise 1.2 is based on irrational numbers. Irrational numbers. So in this exercise 1.2, first of all you have to know what is irrational numbers. So numbers which are not rational, those are irrational numbers. Again, decimal forms of irrational numbers are non-terminating, non-repeating decimals. Next, how can you find approximate values of non-perfect square numbers? That means root 2, root 3, root 5, root 7. Finding the values of root 3, root 5, root 3, root 7, all these values by using, for finding the square roots of all these by dot method. Dot method, or you can say division method. By using division method, you have to find the square roots of root 2, root 3, root 5, root 7. That means square roots of irrational numbers. Next, how can you represent these irrational numbers on the number line? So how can you represent root 2, root 3, root 5, root 7, all irrational numbers? How can you represent on the number line? So all those problems are in exercise 1.2. Next, exercise 1.3 is based on successive magnification. Successive magnification. Successive magnification is nothing but if you have taken any two rational numbers, suppose decimal form of a rational number is 1.5, decimal form of another rational number is, otherwise these are the two rational numbers. So how many rational numbers are there in between these two rational numbers? So we can say infinite number of rational numbers are there between 2 and 3, because between 2 and 3 you can write 2.0001, 2.0002, 2.0003, 2.004, 04, and so on. Like that you can write infinite number of rational numbers. So between any two rational numbers there exists infinite number of rational numbers. So based on this concept, so you can do successive magnification of a rational number. That means suppose when you expand 2.384 by using successive magnification, here this 2 is in general number line. In number line we represent integers only. So 0, positive integers, negative integers. So by using successive magnification, first you have to check whether this is lies between which two integers. So this is the integer lies between 2 and 3. So first you have to take 0, 1, 2, 3. So this is lies between 2 and 3. That's why you have to take 2.1 to 3.0. Next, here 2.384. That means 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, 2.4, 2.5, 2.6, 2.7, 2.8, 2.9, 2.9. Sorry, 3.0. Again, this next digit is 2.38. Therefore, from 2.31 to 2.40 you have to consider. In this you have to represent 2.38. Again from here 2.3802 to 2.390 you have to represent. So by adding all these, you will get the successive magnification of that number. So based on this condition, what is the condition? There exist infinite number of rational numbers between any two rational numbers. By using that concept, you can expand a rational number by successive magnification. That is about exercise 1.3. In exercise 1.4, you will get irrational numbers, sorts. Based on sorts, how can you rationalize a sort which is in the form of 1 by a plus or minus root b, or how can you rationalize a rational number which is in the form of 1 by root a plus or minus root b? So rational number ఈ ఫామ్ లో ఉన్నప్పుడు డినామినేటర్ ని ఎలా రేషనలైజ్ చేయాలి, ఈ ఫామ్ లో ఉంటే డినామినేటర్ ని ఎలా రేషనలైజ్ చేయాలి, all these we learned in exercise 1.4. So that is about first chapter, real numbers. So already exercise 1.1 is based on your previous knowledge. That means in the 8th class, what are the first chapter? What is the first chapter? That is rational numbers. So in rational numbers, what are the concepts you learn? What are those concepts? How can you represent a rational number in decimal forms? We can represent any rational number in two types of decimals. First one is terminating decimal, second one is non-terminating repeating decimal. How can you represent terminating decimal in p by q form? How can you represent non-terminating repeating decimal in p by q form? That already you learned in 8th class. Again, how can you represent a rational number in number line? Next, here in 9th class, you learn what are real numbers and how can you find the approximate values of these square roots, root 2, root 3, root 5, root 7, all those. By dot method, you can find square roots of all these up to either 3 places or 4 places up to some place values. Next, how can we represent these irrational numbers on the number line? So that is based on, so these concepts are based on in exercise 1.2. Next exercise 1.3 is you have to represent rational numbers by successive magnification. Next in exercise 1.4, you have to find rationalizing the denominators of any rational numbers. By rationalizing the denominators of rational numbers, you can simplify the rationalizing values. And again, we learned what is pi, how you can say pi is an irrational number. Based on this, how can we are finding this value, how they introduced pi value. About pi also, we have some information about pi also. So why you can say pi is a rational number, and again we are taking pi value as 22 by 7. This is not exact value of pi. We are taking approximate value of pi as 22 by 7 because when you are writing decimal form of 22 by 7, it will be non-terminating repeating decimal. But when it is non-terminating repeating decimal, it is a rational number. But we consider pi as irrational number. That's why here we consider pi equal to 22 by 7 as approximate value of pi, not exact value of pi. You can say pi is a rational number. Why you are saying pi is a rational number means based on that also you have some information in your textbook. So this is about first chapter, real numbers. So real numbers first exercise is based on your previous knowledge. That is what is the concepts you learned in 8th class. Second one is based on irrational numbers. What are irrational numbers? How can you represent irrational numbers on the number line? How can you find the values of irrational numbers up to some decimal places? Again, how can you rationalize irrational numbers? That is on the exercise 1.4. Next, how can you represent any rational number by using successive magnification? That is in exercise 1.3. So this is the concepts you have to learn in real numbers in all the 4 exercises. So in each exercise, which are the problems they give, in what way you have to do, all those I will explain in the next session. Okay, thank you.